Dmitry Bivol, a powerful warrior from Kyrgyzstan, has proven time and time again his strength in the honorable boxing ring. However, not every night have the gods of pugilism smiled upon him from the beginning of a match. In his short but glorious career in the discipline, there have been opponents who truly made him sweat. Welcome. In today's video, the invitation is to relive the fight in which Dmitry Bivol almost lost everything. The outcome is unbelievable. With two genuine knockout machines determined to go the distance for the championship, disaster was just around the corner. Get comfortable because this authentic battle of titans begins here. The date was March 3, 2018, when Dmitry Bivol was scheduled to step into the legendary ring of Madison Square Garden to face none other than Sullivan Barrera. Barrera was born in Guantanamo, Cuba. His professional debut had occurred nearly 10 years earlier in a fight against Antonio Adorno on August 21, 2009, in the ring at the Miami Beach Resort and Spa, winning by technical knockout in less than a minute of the first round. Since then, Barrera began a generous journey in the discipline, where he would not taste the bitter flavor of defeat until March 26, 2016, losing by unanimous decision in the Oracle Arena ring in Oakland at the end of 12 critical rounds. Even so, Barrera managed to climb back toward the glory of pugilism in his next match against Vyacheslav Shabransky in the ring at Fantasy Springs Casino in Indio, winning by knockout at 2 minutes and 5 seconds of the 7th round in a fight scheduled for 10 rounds. The gods of pugilism seemed to smile upon Barrera once more. But after a couple of successful matches, his next great challenge was at hand. It was Barrera's task to challenge none other than Dmitry Bivol, the man who would have even made Mike Tyson, in his best years, doubt his confidence and capacity for battle. Barrera stepped into the ring with a professional record of 21 victories, 14 of them by knockout, and only one previous loss. 9 years older than Bivol, the Cuban, with a warrior's blood by nature, had to prove that experience prevailed over youthful vitality. Bivol stepped into the ring with an undefeated record of 12 victories, 10 of them hard-earned by knockout. From any corner, it was clear that this was a challenge for the fighter. Under this premise, it shouldn't surprise you that this match nearly ended in tragedy. With Harvey Dock as the third man in the ring, the fighters moved to the center. The bout began. First round. As soon as the fight started, Bivol pushed Barrera out of the center of the ring. Forced to fight with the ropes at his back, Barrera had no choice but to maintain a solid defensive stance. Eventually, the Cuban's formidable left hand pushed Bivol back, threatening his control of the center of the ring. 30 seconds before the end of this first round, both fighters were strategically battling once again where they had started.
Momentum in his favor that early.
Bigger puncher. Doesn't mean there aren't things your opponent can do with timing and using his experience to take. Kyrgyzstan is considerably more prominent.
Second round, Barrera's left hand prevented Bivol from immediately taking the center of the ring. Now with the ropes at his back, Bivol knew he had to adapt to this new dynamic. Moving around the ring, demonstrating good footwork, Bivol avoided facing Barrera head-on for too long. When he did, he had to keep his guard up to absorb the Cuban's infamous combinations. At the close of this second round, Barrera seemed to be emulating the aggressor of the fight.
Light heavyweight Gennady Golovkin, an
Little back and front foot fighter, so I think he's a little bit more diverse than
wanted questions answered about Bivol. Spectacular amateur career for Bivol. Big wins.
Third round. In the opening moments, Bivol and Barrera's fists fiercely debated control of the center of the ring. Eventually, Bivol earned it once again. With powerful combinations, he worked to keep Barrera's offense at bay. Due to the intensity of the fight, a clash occurred between the two fighters.
Fighter than he's been in with before, and trying to take over the fight with his skills, and now their heads come together again.
After Doc ensured both were okay, the bout continued. Left-right, and Barrera was back against the ropes once more. Even so, his aggressive stance didn't allow Bivol to pin him against them. Again, the Cuban closed the round with great confidence.
So thinking high offense. When you get two guys thinking high offense like that, the heads will
Together, coherently. Less than 10 seconds to go on defense here in this round. already.
Fourth round, Barrera's left hand took the spotlight in the opening moments. The Cuban seemed determined to subdue Bivol until the counterattack came. A tenacious right hand from Bivol initiated an offensive that left Barrera with no choice but to retreat. In this unique scenario, Bivol advanced. He followed Barrera, looking for the opportunity to deliver the decisive blow until a clinch forced Doc to put some distance between them.
Barrera. He lands another left hook that wobbles Barrera.
But far from intimidating him, Bivol only managed to stir the Cuban's warrior blood. Despite the audience chanting his name, Bivol faced a tough fight to maintain the dominance he had established. For the first time, he made Barrera look vulnerable. Fifth round, Barrera knew he couldn't repeat what happened in the previous round, so he was more cautious at the start. Bivol's offense, with a newfound level of confidence, drove the Cuban against the ropes on a couple of occasions, but that didn't necessarily mean he was exposed to imminent danger. Barrera used his good footwork and head movement to avoid the risk as much as possible. With more clinches appearing gradually, everything seemed to point to the match being far from over.
Like that, simple.
That's a straight right hand by Bivol, and Barrera just walked in it.
He did eat it, but I don't know.
Sixth round, Barrera's left hand played a crucial role in his strategy to keep Bivol at a distance. The Cuban didn't want to let him get close to attack, but he did want him within reach of his offense. Bivol resisted at all times with brief movements whenever necessary to avoid giving Barrera an easy target. With the forces apparently evened out, half of the bout had passed. From this point on, a new factor entered the game: endurance. Any fighter who lowered their guard due to fatigue or wear could be digging their own grave. Seventh round, Barrera's boldness immediately drove Bivol out of the center of the ring, forcing him to fight along the ropes. At times, the Cuban seemed to control the pace of the fight, while at others, Bivol seemed to steal it. During the last 30 seconds, a heated exchange of blows took place, proving that both fighters' drive for victory had not diminished.
I'm out of position to be countered.
Fight. No, they've all been walkovers by and large.
And that's why I said that right now you can tell us how bad in a fight.
Well, if we thought Bivol might have been slowing down a little bit in the last round.
And he really wants it, because he still can win it if he wants. We've never seen Bivol at this.
Eighth round, Barrera's strategy seemed clear: not to allow Bivol to look like the aggressor. The determination of both fighters remained intact, so occasionally aggressive exchanges occurred. In any case, the intensity of their offenses seemed to shift from an aggressive fighting style to a tactical one with bursts of high-level violence. During the last 15 seconds of the round, Bivol truly put Barrera in danger by cornering him against the ropes.
Fighter who got the worst of that headbutt was... The hand speed is remarkable. I mean, you just like this, with the velocity and the style and the effect that Dmitry Bivol is creating.
Ninth round. At the start of the round, Bivol took a couple of seconds to check his wounds. Even so, he didn't allow this to make him look weak. Punches came and went in both directions, and both fighters fought along the ropes at different times. For neither was it a matter of quantity, but of quality. They were betting on the precise blow that would expose their opponent's vulnerabilities, if not stop them permanently.
Left hand, the right hand in the first few rounds that no other opponent.
10th round, Barrera's left hand, trying to keep Bivol at bay, set the precedent for the round. Both fighters analyzed every step they took, evaluating the possibility of a counterattack after each punch they orchestrated. At first glance, it seemed that tactical combat was the new line to follow. For the first time after 10 rounds, the fight seemed to stabilize. 11th round. With the judge's decision just around the corner, a new factor came into play: survival. Neither wanted to fall at this stage, much less be stopped. Therefore, both fighters seemed to play it safe. Bivol didn't allow Barrera the opportunity to attack. Moving around the ring, the Cuban followed him closely without neglecting his own guard. Everything seemed to indicate that the judges would be the ones to name the winner.
8 wins and 15 losses as an amateur. Modestly, Max, but at the end of the day, you walk out of the room.
And the kind of fight where we are getting some answers from Bivol.
12th round. Only 3 minutes to survive, as if it were a spin-off of The Purge. But like in every good movie, the ending was unexpected. Barrera, who probably thought both were betting on finishing on their feet, lowered the intensity of his offense, and Bivol brought out the heavy artillery. After throwing a couple of testing punches at the Cuban's guard, Bivol sealed the deal with a terrifying left-right combination that sent him straight to the canvas.
To see more American champions, we have to get our amateur. Oh, down goes Barrera, and you can see.
Once there, Doc executed the final sentence, marking the end of the bout. After almost 12 full hard rounds, Dmitry Bivol emerged unscathed from the ring, victorious by knockout at 1 minute and 41 seconds. If you've made it this far, thank you. Remember, there's no better way to support my content than by leaving your like on the video. Did you expect this outcome? Did Barrera ever really have a chance to beat Bivol? Let me know what you think in the comments.